because we don't see too many people doing him but him.
Snoop, the word is he's even better than you've seen. The word is by people who train with him, they're like, dude, he is a fucking freak of nature. He's a freak of nature. He's really smart. He knows what to do. He's got sick timing. He's just like, he's got a super genius fight mindset. This is him with Khamzat Chimaev, who's one of the top middleweight contenders, one of the absolute best fighters in the world. And, you know, he's giving him a run for it.
UFC commentator Joe Rogan broke down one of the most feared rising stars in MMA, Khamzat Chimaev, known for his raw intensity, unmatched pressure, and dominant grappling. Rogan doesn't hold back in explaining exactly what makes Chimaev such a terrifying force inside the octagon. Rogan highlights Chimaev's savage pace, his ability to close distance like a missile, and the sheer ruthlessness with which he imposes his will on opponents, whether it's dragging them to the mat or battering them on the feet.
So I was in this situation where I wanted to praise Khamzat because he just ragdolled Kevin Holland in one of the most spectacular performances of the year. I mean, he showed why he's the motherfucker of motherfuckers and why everybody's scared of him. I love that dude. I love that dude.
You may be the only one. That crowd was...
I fucking love him to death. You just trained stand-up and you're against literally the best wrestler in the division who's a fucking motherfucker. That guy is a motherfucker. Khamzat ragdolls people and talks shit while he's doing it. He picked up Li Jingliang and carried him to Dana White while he was talking shit.
Whether it's ragdolling seasoned grapplers like it's a sparring session or detonating bombs with his hands on the feet, Khamzat brings a level of unpredictability that keeps even the most experienced fighters guessing. According to Rogan, that ability to dictate where the fight takes place and impose his will without hesitation is what separates Chimaev from the pack.
He's just a monster.
Yeah,
he's a but the fact that he's literally hoisting Li Jingliang, who's a top flight fighter, top flight welterweight fighter. He's holding him up in the air and talking to Dana White. I kill everyone! He's like in the middle of a fight.
Everybody talks to Dana White.
Yeah, but during the middle of a fight while you're fucking a guy up, before you even decide to fuck him up, you're holding him up in the air, talking shit. That's how good that guy is. He's so good, and he's so focused and dedicated. Khamzat Chimaev is a fucking terrifying human being.
So who's
terrifying?
The one that would just happen, Chimaev, me.
Bro, he's terrifying. He does it to everybody. Everybody he gets a hold of, he just ragdolls. Even like really elite wrestlers. It's very extraordinary. His talent is undeniable. And Robert Whittaker, like seeing him breaking Robert Whittaker's jaw just by squeezing across his face. But this was different because this was like Chimaev got the blade of his forearm across the jaw and it was like just crushing those teeth and it goes into his mouth. You saw the photo?
Yeah.
What it looks like?
Yeah, man.
Adding to the praise, Joe Rogan praised Khamzat Chimaev's technique and the ferocity of his fighting style, stating that his level of intensity is unlike anyone else in the game. He highlighted Chimaev's talent, especially noting how dangerous his stand-up has become. Rogan emphasized that Khamzat is far better suited for middleweight, explaining that at 170, he was depleting himself just to make weight. Now at 185, Rogan believes Chimaev looks revitalized, with more energy and the size to match anyone in the division, calling him huge and fully capable of dominating at this weight.
I mean, it's just the amount of technique that Khamzat has and the intensity of his attack is unlike anybody else. He's so talented. He's so good at grappling, and his stand-up is fucking dangerous too. And I think he's way better at 185. I really do. I think at 170 he was killing himself to make that weight. And now you see him at 185. I think he has more energy. He's more than big enough for those guys. He's huge. He's a big guy. He's good, man. He's really fucking good.
That's a bet on it.
It's hard to say
It's
because
hard.
we don't know what happens.
There's so many question marks. We don't know.
Khamzat just shoots from like 15 feet away and gets a hold of your
But
legs.
I look at Styles make fights, and you never seen Drakus fight a good wrestler, and Khamzat's one of the best. So
and you got to think his endurance is probably going to be better at 85 than it was at 70 because of the cut.
Yeah.
For Khamzat, it's like 85 is really where he should have been all along.
But again, he gassed out against Usman. That was at 85.
Dana White confirms Khamzat Chimaev is next. Yeah.
That's before the fight. Before the fight, though.
I wonder where that is.
Khamzat, he's big. He's fucking huge. I remember we saw him backstage in Florida, I think, and he just looked giant. But the thing is, think about Colby, the size of Colby. And then I want you to think the next one up from Colby is Alex Pereira. That's a big man. So when you're talking about Khamzat, if Khamzat and Colby fight, that's a fascinating fight.
Yeah.
But if Khamzat fights someone like Paulo Costa,
Right.
now you're dealing with a totally different size human.
Different
Or
human.
Yoel Romero.
Right.
It's a totally different size human.
From the beginning, Joe Rogan was instantly captivated by Khamzat Chimaev when he first burst onto the UFC scene. He admitted he was always eager to see more of Chimaev in action, praising the precision and execution in his performances.
Do you know who Khamzat Chimaev is?
Yes.
I can't wait to see that motherfucker fight again. Can you fight again tomorrow? When he's like, I killed them all. Dude, he is a fucking freak of nature. He's really smart. He knows what to do. He's got sick timing. Got a super genius fight mindset. Like you watch him fight, he doesn't make any mistakes. I think he's had 3 or 4 fights in the UFC. He's only been hit twice. He's just a swarm. And you think of some of the shit like Khamzat Chimaev says after his fights. I killed them all. I killed them all. Allahu Akbar. I killed them all. Like, bro.
Because we don't see too many people doing him but him.
Snoop, the word is he's even better than you've seen. The word is by people who train with him, they're like, dude, he is a fucking freak of nature. He's a freak of nature. He's really smart. He knows what to do. He's got sick timing. He's just like, he's got a super genius fight mindset.
Building on that admiration, Joe compared Khamzat Chimaev's performance against Robert Whittaker with Khabib Nurmagomedov's dominance over Conor McGregor. He pointed out that Khamzat was far more aggressive. He emphasized that Khamzat's intensity and relentless pressure stood out as he completely overwhelmed Whittaker, showing a different level of aggression than what was seen in Khabib's win.
Reminded me of Khabib as well, where like you get up, you get straight back down, and then you just run out of energy, right?
Maybe even more intense, because maybe even more dominant. You know, like to do that to Whittaker like that, a guy who's a world champion, like even the Conor fight, it took a while before he overwhelmed him, you know? It took a while before he was just beating Conor. Like the beginning of the fight is more competitive. Like this was just a overwhelming victory. Khamzat just charged in, dove in, got him down and mauled him until he broke his face. This is him with Khamzat Chimaev, who's one of the top middleweight contenders, one of the absolute best fighters in the world, and he's giving him a run for it. Good. I mean, it was a war. He dropped Chimaev, he cracked him with the right hand, but Chimaev, even when he got dropped, he dove in and took him down. Like, he's good, man. He's good. What he did to Whittaker was just, nobody thought that was going to happen. That was crazy.
That was scary.
Yeah.
Echoing those sentiments, Kamaru Usman weighed in on the challenge of facing Khamzat Chimaev, noting that the key is staying composed under pressure. He emphasized how dangerous Chimaev is in the opening round, calling him a nightmare early in the fight.
When a guy like Khamzat Chimaev is right on you and swarming you, the best thing that you can do is stay relaxed in midst of the chaos. And I think Robert Whittaker was doing a great job at that. It's just that, hey, Khamzat is hell in that first round. He is hell when he's dry like that and he's big and strong and he still moves like a welterweight. It's hell for anybody.
Expanding on that, Dana White acknowledged that fans wanted to see more of Khamzat Chimaev, describing him as a star for the UFC. He noted that Chimaev had a unique ability to draw attention and generate excitement, making him one of the promotion's most compelling figures.
Khamzat Chimaev, I mean, he's a huge star right now. Everybody wants to see. He's fighting Paulo Costa in Abu Dhabi.
He fought Nick Diaz already, didn't he?
Who? Nate Diaz, yeah. Well, no. Him and Nate were supposed to fight. He didn't make the weight, so he ended up fighting Kevin Holland instead. Listen, man, Khamzat is a straight murderer. He's a killer. He's an absolute savage, and I don't blame anybody for not wanting to fight Khamzat.
Who do you think has the best MMA wrestling? Chimaev, Makhachev, or Khabib?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, if you look at what Khabib, achieved in the sport, and it's hard not to say Khamzat either. I mean, that guy came out tonight, and yeah, he looked damn good. He'll fight at middleweight, yeah. And yes, I mean, he's in a position where he should be fighting, top 3 guys in the world.
Building on that point, Mike Tyson remarked that Khamzat Chimaev had issues, suggesting that while he might appear like a nice guy on the surface, he was a psychopath underneath. Tyson's comment reflected the intensity and ferocity Chimaev brought into the cage, traits that have made him both feared and admired.
He has some issues that he looks like a nice guy, but he's kind of psychopathic.
No, he's a full psychopath. Full psychopath.
Following that, Khabib Nurmagomedov acknowledged that Khamzat Chimaev was the real deal, noting that he consistently finished all of his opponents. He emphasized Chimaev's dominance in the octagon as a testament to his legitimacy as a top-tier fighter.
Of course, he finished all his opponents, you know. My opinion, I think he deserved top 10, top 15.
We looked up to him beginning and now still looked up to him. He's like become a champ. He's like one of the best fighters in the world. Like people think I hate him. I love him because he's Muslim. I'm Muslim. He come like some village like me, you know, like same country, same small republic, like Chechnya, Dagestan, like this still the same. I have a lot of brothers like from Dagestan. Yeah, he's Muslim, I'm Muslim, we're brothers, alhamdulillah.
Meanwhile, Chael Sonnen stirred the pot by questioning the UFC's logic, expressing disbelief that Khamzat isn't already the #1 contender. According to Sonnen, it's baffling that the promotion would even entertain an interim title conversation while overlooking someone with Chimaev's resume.
But it's pretty relevant. If Chimaev's not ranked #1, why would he be fighting for an interim belt? It makes it kind of hard to tell me why he's fighting for the undisputed belt. Now, we all know that Chimaev should be. We all know Chimaev's the great threat. It is stunning to me that he's not ranked #1. I absolutely would not have believed that. But now that I know that he's not, why are we assuming that he would fight for an interim belt? Wouldn't this be us, the audience? Wouldn't this be our opportunity to rectify a wrong? Chimaev should not be fighting for the belt if he's not ranked #1. He was named the #1 contender. He is undefeated. He is not ranked #1. Imanov is.
At the same time, Chael claimed that the UFC Rankings Committee does not see Khamzat Chimaev as worthy of fighting for either the undisputed or interim title. He pointed out the absurdity of the situation.
Apparently, that's exactly where they think of Chimaev. Our Rankings Committee does not believe Chimaev should fight for the undisputed belt or the interim belt. That's official. He's not the champion. He's not ranked #1. He's not ranked #2. We don't have enough fingers left. We only put 2 guys in the cage and I already came up with 3. None of them are named Chimaev. Please tell me, like me, you have a big problem with that.
Building on that perspective, Dricus du Plessis acknowledged Khamzat Chimaev's elite talent and star power, but pointed out that Chimaev has consistently struggled to make it to big fights. Despite the hype and his massive following, du Plessis noted that something has always stopped Chimaev from making that final leap to the top. Still, he admitted Chimaev is a special fighter who deserves his shot against the best in the division.
You know, when I looked at it and I went, I know they've wanted Khamzat to be the guy for so long. He just hasn't been able to. You know, Khamzat is such an incredible fighter. He just hasn't been able to constantly get to fights first. And, you know, whatever the case may be, however long he has been the guy and just not being able to make that leap. I know they want, because Khamzat has a massive following. Khamzat is a big name. The hype is there. Deserving. Khamzat is a special fighter.
Khamzat is an incredible fighter. Nobody has been able to beat him, but he hasn't fought anybody of note other than Robert Whittaker. That is it. This is not a grappling competition. I am not the best grappler or wrestler or striker. When we mix it all up, I am. That's why I have this. He couldn't even get a title at welterweight. Now he wants to come to middleweight. Great, let's go.
In addition, Dricus made it clear he's chasing the top names in the division, emphasizing a potential clash with Khamzat. He sees it as a way to meet fan demand and ride the wave of hype, underlining that the audience deserves the highest level of entertainment.
What do I want? I want to fight the best guy. I want to fight the guy the fans want me to fight, and that 100% is Khamzat. You know, with the hype right now and what the fans are feeling, and at the end of the day, they are the people that need to be entertained. And if you go on value for the UFC, and if you ask me personally, the Khamzat fight's what I want. I want to take his I want to beat the next best guy, and I've beaten Sean Strickland. You know, everybody can have their opinion on how close the fight was. Yeah, it was close, but there's not a doubt in my mind if I won that fight or lost that fight. And the win is on my record.
Moreover, Dustin Poirier admitted he's a fan of Khamzat Chimaev, saying he tunes in for his fights and buys the pay-per-views. He finds it exciting to watch because there's a real question of whether Chimaev is the UFC's next breakout star.
I'm a fan. I want to, you know, when he's on the card, I'm buying the pay-per-view or watching, you know. It's exciting. that's what makes me want to watch, to find out if he's that guy, to see him compete. So, and I think the sport needs that. We need stars to stay in to keep people interested. Not that they wouldn't be without it, but it's fun when you have a guy like that. Is this a real special person? And we're gonna find out.
In addition, Arman Tsarukyan acknowledged Khamzat Chimaev as a powerful and well-rounded fighter, praising both his wrestling and striking. He expressed confidence that Chimaev will be the next world champion and admitted he's eager to see him back in action soon.
Well, Khamzat, he's so strong, and for sure he's the next champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And he has a very good wrestling, striking, so, and he likes to fight, and I can't wait to see his next fight.
Everyone's favorite rapper, Snoop Dogg, showed his support for Khamzat Chimaev, expressing excitement about seeing him back in action. He found Chimaev entertaining and, with his signature humor, likened him to a gladiator, highlighting how the UFC star's intensity and style continued to captivate fans well beyond the MMA world.
I want to see him fight too.
Can he fight tomorrow?
I want to see him too. I don't know why, but I do want to see him.
He's got it. Whatever that thing is, he's got it.
It's that interest to
Yeah.
want to learn more about him because he's entertainment.
Yeah. Niggas bring them to me. I
fucking
killed them
love it.
all. I'm like, whoa.
I'm like, this motherfucker sound like he's in Gladiators.
Dude, he's real.
But see, that, like I say, the best thing you could do is you.
Yeah.
He's having fun doing him right now, and we're locked in because we don't see too many people doing him but him.
It's wild.
And there's nothing you can do when he get his hands on you.
It's wild, and everybody can sense it. So he's got that thing about him.
While Chimaev has built a reputation as a relentless, fearsome force inside the cage, there's a side of him that rarely gets the spotlight. In various media appearances, glimpses of a surprisingly gentle and kind-hearted personality have emerged.
Моя тетя недавно умерла, и перед этим я сказал маме, я буду зарабатывать скоро большие деньги, иншаллах, все будет хорошо. Мама просто так сказала, если бы были бы у тебя сейчас эти деньги. Ну, тетя умерла, иншаллах, она в раю.
Money, everything makes me happy because in my work I do the best thing I can do. But in the world, a lot of things happening. In the Instagram, when I went in every day, I see the kids dying, you know. So that's hard.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Legends and insiders alike are sounding off about Khamzat Chimaev's meteoric rise. Whether it's his ruthless pressure or surprising humility, the Wolf keeps the MMA world watching. Don't blink, as Chimaev's story is just getting started. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, and to stay updated with Khamzat Chimaev's next fight, subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss a beat.